Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's the Parent Entrepreneurs here, and today what we'll be doing is we'll be continuing our Investing with Max series. If you guys not have watched the previous video, I highly suggest you guys go watch that now. As a disclaimer, this is just for educational purposes only, and if you're looking for financial advice, I highly suggest you guys seek out a registered financial advisor. Does that make sense? Let's get started, okay? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna share my screen. Then after that, we'll go over the cannabis space, the MJ, and it looks like what you can see here is that they're not doing as well as the previous years and the years before that. It's because there's not much traction, not much activities going on, and it's a new year already. And I was hoping to hear some positive things federally in the U.S. space, but we're not seeing that, right? So what I'll do today is I'll just quickly go over the technical analysis for each of the stocks that we've been looking at for the past few months, years, and etc., and we'll go from there. Okay, so what you can see here is for RIB, it's currently up 14.29%, so it's up 1.5 cent. And you can see that there was a lot of volume on the last trading day, which was on the 5th, and you can see here that the high was 12.5% or 12.5 cents, and open at 10.5 cents, and the low was 10.5, and you can see the volume was 64,000. Volume is still pretty low compared to when it was like super crazy. When you can see here, like I would want to see like in the 100K or even millions of volume per day, but as currently right now we're not seeing really great volume for RIP Capital, but we are seeing a green over and over again, but we just need to pass the support resistance. And it did hit the support resistance on 12.5 cents, but if we can surpass that, then we're definitely gonna see a new resistance and a new support. So we might be looking at, if it does pass that next week, we might be able to hit the 15 cents range to the support of 12.5 cents. All right, so just the RIP Capital, and you can see here you can see here that RIP Capital up 13.6 after reporting approval for Etienne to start sales to adult use market in New York. So that was December 8th, right? So that was nearly almost a month ago, that headline. So that's why it's been pretty ever since the 8th here. So it was green on the 8th, then it went down, then it went to the support resistance again. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on this, and we'll see what's going on the next week and months. And if I go to RIB here, the last message or the latest update was Canopy River filed 5 reports in SETI, then Insider, and it looks like they're doing some of their deferred share unit, the 10,000 plus grant of rights, So that was filed on the 2nd. So that was the latest one. Okay, so going over to Lifeis. So Lifeis is, you can see here, it's down negative 33.33%, negative 0.05 cents, right? You can see there that not much going on for Lifeis, other than that it's definitely just hitting the support resistance of 1 cent to 1.5 cents. So it's just been hovering this essentially support resistance ever since October of last year. Then it's just been gradually going there, and you can see even the volume, sometimes it would peak to like 6 million, then I'll go down, then it'll peak up again 7 million, then it'll go down. Then on December 18th you can see that it hit 3.19. Then the latest one here, it hit only 16K, right? So not much activities or consistency into the stocks right now for Lifeis. And if I click on CEO.ca, I go here, and the latest message was January 5th. Somebody said, watch this on YouTube. There's zero volatility left in the stock and sector. Something major is needed because this is worse than watching paint dry. There's nothing holding this down on the bids once it's past 0.02, right? Okay, going over to BLGV, what you can see is it's actually up 33.33% and up basically half a penny. And you can see here that the last trading day it had 50K, but it's very choppy. You're not able to see much patterns here, so it's definitely hovering around the 1 cent range to 2 cent range, and it's been like that ever since last year, since November. Okay, weed. This one is very significant. You can see here that it's up it's at $6.38. But to be honest, they did a consolidation, a reverse split, meaning that it was 10-1. So this is actually like 63 cents if you think about it. Right now it's at $6.38 because they did an actual vote of if they wanted to do a consolidation, and they did that. So it's 10-1. So essentially, weed for in the NASDAQ is compliant again, right? So that's why they did that, so that they're compliant again, because they were below a penny, or sorry, below $1 in the penny stock range. And let's see the latest here. Canopy growth, corporate gain as market dips. What you should know: 2 struggling stocks to skip after reverse split. So you can see here they did a reverse split. Then what's going on with Canopy growth stock? So more news about that. And if you wanted to keep diving in here, you can see Canopy growth share showing down 90% in the US pre-market. So this is when essentially they had that news. When you can see here, this is where they did the reverse split 1 to 10. Okay, so in order for somebody that invested in weed, so let's say they invested at $1, so they would need essentially the stock to hit $10 to break even. So that's what the 10-1 split means, or 1.5-10. You can see here is because of that. All right, and going over to the reverse, like you can see the technical analysis here, not much support resistance because it's been volume. The last trading day was 1.05 mil. The one before that it was 1.3. So it looks like it's in the $1 million range, right? Before December 19th, you can see it's less than $1 million, but because they did a reverse split, it looks like there's more action going on in terms of the volume, but we haven't seen really it jump to a new support and resistance. It's just been going down. So before the reverse split, it did have, you can see here, it did a gap down from December 12th, right, from $10.30 high, then all the way to December 13th when it went down a low of $6.80. So pretty crazy gap down from there. All right, so now if you go to co.ca and I check for weed, the latest update, which was the 6th yesterday, with revenue at 100 mil and losses twice that is in 6 months ending September 2023. Losses will continue 2 months if revenue remains flat, with the MJ business remaining very competitive. In my opinion, somebody said that the fact that there was only insiders selling on the open market and not any buying in is pretty sad. Management sure doesn't care about shareholder value. It also seems options are distributed like candles. Review is going. DEA tells House lawmakers decision is coming. So that's January 3rd. That said that. Explosive news. Let's read. All right. So that's weed. Let's look over at ACB. ACB has been going down as well. Right, stagnant here now after the New Year's. The support resistance of 67, I would say 70 cents to 60 cents. It's been in that range as of late. So volume still not as strong. You can see here it's not bad. Like it's 1 mil. They're all in 1 mil, and some of them are less than a mil, 700, 900, 2 mil. But we want when we see a rally for the stock, it's hitting like 10 million plus. But you can see right now it's at 64 cents. The change is 1 cent and negative 1.52 54%. Okay, so if I go to ACB, you can see last one says buy. Where do you see a connection between Aurora and cannabis? Could you explain your reason? I think only given that Aurora will make the entry into US, I would think all the back work is already done. Then this is the building, huge base to blast off. EBITDA will know what coming, EBITDA plus. So very interesting. And Tilray. So Tilray is at $3.03 last trading day, and negative 0.03 and change of 0.98%. And you can see here Tilray has looks like coming back from its negative from December last year. And you can see here that even on November it was trading at high of $2.34, a low of $2.23, and it opened at $2.29, right? Then after that it broke the support resistance of $2.66. Then it's been breaking this support resistance, and it's been going on to this new support resistance here, as you can see. So we can see this last I guess when it hits this new support resistance, the last one was at $3.32. So definitely once it hit that, then the next day it hit a low of $3.04, but it's been going on. So it hit that big spike. Then after that, now it is consolidating, and we're looking at the 310 range of the ceiling, and also the low of $2.96, and you can see here that the supports are around $2.94. So if we can essentially see Tilray hit a new support resistance, like right now we're in here, but you can break that for next week and months, then we might see a new support resistance here. So that's a good indication that volume also, it's been good, 1.5, so it's been consistent, right? So it's been really good. So if we can maintain that and the volume starts to keep coming and going up or growing, then that's a good indication for Tilray. All right, so basically if I go here, we go look for Tilray. You can see here another update here, kick off New Year with a boost from Rift Cannabis. Then it looks like they had a news release for the new year, so that's a good sign. Then a lot of, like you can see here, there was a lot of announcement for Tilray, so it seems like every week they have something going on, right? So which is a good sign that they're making their shareholder informed of what's going on in the company. So pretty cool. Right, as per usual, so I'll show you the existing account details, and what you can see here is essentially for ACB, well, we normally don't talk about Air Canada, but it's negative. It's been negative for quite some time. But Rip Capital and Lifeis, they've been down quite significantly. And look at Lifeis here. You can see that it's almost down 97%, down negative 13,372.32 cents. For Rev Capital, it's down 907 and 55 cents, almost 90%. So right now, almost down 15K, trailing 12 months is negative 70 and 35 cents. So that's what the market is, because I am long for this position. So I'm seeing quite significant impact for this account. And, you know, if you're probably in the other side where you're shorting the stocks, you probably are making money, right? Just because, you know, the stocks has been going down quite significantly in the past years, essentially for the cannabis space. But other than that, that's pretty much it for today. So if you have any questions, definitely DM us directly or comment down below. But until then, we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.